Right. Can we have a moment of quiet, please? No, we can't. Something has got you a goat today, Coleen, hasn't it? Nightmare journey because of a... in the quiet zone.
No, it wasn't actually. It's not that I'm against children crying. But I was sitting in the quiet zone on the train, and it was a toddler, actually.
Right.
And understandably, the toddler's bored, and it's screaming and shouting and running up and down. And, of course, you're in the quiet zone, so you think, why would you sit in the quiet zone with a toddler? So, being very, very British as I am, I said nothing. And, but luckily, the older gentleman opposite me, I could see the steam was coming out. So he went up and complained to the woman. We didn't complain, he just said, you do know you're in the quiet zone. And she said, well, I've bought my tickets and this is where we're sitting. And then got the train manager and she said there was nothing she could do and possibly they are going to be getting rid of all quiet zones anyway, which I was devastated by.
Well, yeah, this is apparently happening. I mean, it's obviously up to different train companies whether or not they have quiet zones or not. And it was a kind of big thing when it came in, so you wouldn't have people on the mobile phone. But apparently, slowly, different companies, I don't know if people have noticed, are getting rid of quiet zones. And, I mean, I'm sure you agree with me, Janet, it's a great thing.
I am devastated by that news because Coleen and I don't have a lot of things in common, but what we do share in common is a love of the quiet zone. I love the quiet zone, and if I had been on the train with Coleen, rest assured, the woman with the toddler, I would have found her a seat in another carriage, I would have bought her a cup of tea, and I would have shoved a bun in that baby's gob. Because I'm on the train. I'm on the train to work. W-O-R-K. Well, go on the phone, go, hello, I'm on the train.
The thing is, it's not even about the kids. It's not about kids, really, because I understand you can't keep
Stop
the kids
trying
quiet.
to be nice. Stop trying to be nice.
No, it isn't. But the reason I eventually moved to the quiet zone is because I get the really early morning train, so it's all businessmen.
Yeah.
And they talk like they're talking to someone in Australia who can't hear them.
Yeah.
And it's all their whole business for 2 hours, and you just think, oh, please be quiet.
I've been on the train and people are like watching movies on their laptops without headphones, on their phones, and you know, trying to arrange like what time they're getting picked up. So I love the quiet culture as well.
But it's public transport. You know, the clue's in the title, public
the majority
transport.
of the train,
There's one carriage that's
Well,
quiet zone.
people can't get on trains. There's all sorts of complaints about trains. I mean, I think people should be considerate. But there's so many ways that people can annoy you on a carriage. I mean, if you were talking loudly to somebody next to you, Janet, and somebody came and told you to shut up, I'm sure they would get a bun in their mouth for their trouble.
I wouldn't talk loudly on the train because it might be public transport, but I believe in giving people a choice.
No,
and
I
when we
agree
travel
too.
on public transport in London, for example, it's very, very noisy and you just accept that. But as long as you're travelling long distance and you've got work to do, or you, like Coleen, you've woke up in the morning not fully operational.
Pay for a limo.
Gather our thoughts. Give us the quiet zone.
Yeah.
Can't afford it. Can't afford it. You're lucky to get a seat on a train these days, far and less to have a designated quiet zone. If you want a quiet zone, then pay double. That's what I say.
What?
It's not there to be your office. No, it's not there to be your office. I don't care. It's public transport. Everyone wants to be in their own little bubble, then drive by car, get a limo, do whatever. It's not going to happen.
Go asleep and dribble quietly for an hour. Not asking a lot, is it?
But that might annoy me. I don't like people eating on the train in front of me. They're getting through a big hamburger and tomato sauce dribbling down in front of their face, but I can't tell them not to eat, can I?
You're just jealous because you forgot to get some on the way on the train.